Okay, so Chatty China, me, has got my tea today, a little chamomile to kind of relax my nerves as I kind of get into this conversation. It's really going to be about that word that, to be honest, can be a real tricky one for us to really take in, and that is accountability. It doesn't sit right with me all the times, I've got to say. And I know that it's not everyone's favorite word, but I felt like I needed to talk about this accountability because of how I've seen it impact my life and other people's lives, and just give you guys maybe something to think about. This is like an open conversation. I never want it to come off as me preaching to you or at you, but more so just something that I've noticed in my walk in life that I want to encourage you guys to look at. And of course, feel free to talk about your experiences and everything in the comments. I really wanted to start off with just talking about the definition of accountability. And it says it is the idea that someone is responsible for their actions and can be held to a standard of excellence. That's what I see here. It also says the fact or condition of being accountable. I think I prefer the first definition better. Especially in this climate and in my life, I have noticed how not taking accountability really tends to create this full-on victim type of mentality. Okay, I've seen it show up in so many places, and I've just found that accountability, while it's kind of difficult to get there and to realize like, wow, I really need to be accountable for myself and my decisions, it's such a powerful thing when you actually understand that. Not that you'll always be perfect, but just understanding that, wow, like I have more control than I thought I did. The victim mentality really produces this, life is happening to me. Everything is happening to me. I can't control anything. This person is making my life hell, or this thing is making me not be able to succeed, or it's always, even mentally, it's a huge mental thing to overcome, this victim mentality. And really, in my experience, it has just been such like a breath of fresh air to realize that I think I have more control than I thought I did. Like, I thought everything was happening to me. I thought I couldn't control certain things, but wow, I really have more control than I thought if I just take accountability for my actions, look at what I'm doing and assess the situation and choose something different. I really wanted to get into kind of like the things that I have found prevent me, or the things that I see kind of like preventing us from being able to tap into this sense of accountability. And I wrote those things down as they were coming to my mind. Fear of taking action. Fear of being honest with myself, comfortability, ignorance, and even sometimes this perfectionistic thinking. I've just found that a lot of these things really put me in the mindset of like, was I ignorant of something? Did I just not realize how much power I had based off of insecurity, based off of, not being told, just an ignorance about it? Or maybe there was a time in my life where I felt like a victim, or I was a victim of something that I really kind of got stuck there. And I find that happens to a lot of people, even being uncomfortable, like scared of being uncomfortable, scared of breaking that way of thinking, breaking the constant, you don't realize how many things in your mind are just patterns. They're just patterns of the way that we think. And one day, in order to be able to get out of that victim mentality, we have to break a pattern. We have to literally say, wow, if it's taken over our mental, it is so difficult to get out of a mental space that you have learned to cope. Right? A lot of us learn how to cope with these different thinking patterns. And it's hard to realize, like, wow, this coping mechanism that I have developed, maybe at one point I was trying to protect myself. Maybe that is what I was trying to do, but I developed a defense mechanism or something to cope that really isn't serving me. It's really not helping me develop and grow. Maybe that's what I felt like I needed to do to keep myself safe, or, you know, they're just patterns of thinking. And at some point, those patterns have to be broken for us to be able to say, wow, like, I can do so many things. Of course, there's things in this world that we cannot control, but there's so many things that we can. If someone says something to me, I can't control what they did, but I can definitely control my response. And I don't have to put myself in this victim mindset that says, oh my gosh, like, they said something to me, they did it, and so that's why I reacted and I did like this and I did something I wasn't proud of because you know, it's so much more powerful to say, wow, like, this person did this to me, but my God, I can be accountable for me. That's all I can be accountable for. If I see myself with my finances, and this was definitely an area for me that I just suck here. I just seem to keep sucking in this area. Like, I just can't get out of this financial debt and these financial issues that I'm having. And one day I just got tired of, and I said, I'm not doing this no more. I'm not doing this anymore. So I changed. You know, and being accountable is the only thing that allows you to do that. If you cannot accept accountability, like, you cannot move on to the next step of changing any actions. If you think that everything out there is causing something, is what causes you in your particular situation, there's nothing you can do, right? Because it's not in your hands. But that's a false belief. And accepting the accountability shows me, like, wow, I really can do. Maybe I need to budget more. Maybe I need to make more income, get another job. Maybe I need to look at where my money is going and say, wow, like, yeah, I'm eating a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure putting a lot of money there. Maybe I need to, like, go pack my lunch. Maybe I need to, you know, there's all these options. And at that point, the world is really yours to be able to say, like, I'm going to change this situation. I'm going to do something different. And that is just such a powerful thing. So some of the things that I wrote down that I discovered on the other side of accountability are power, boldness, honesty, acceptance, more discipline and intention, and happiness. I found that just, boy, like, being accountable just, it makes us more honest. It makes us look at ourselves, get to that sense of, or you get to that space where you're determined to find out something that you can do in the situation to change it. You will be honest with yourself. You will say, man, well, I spent money on that thing that I shouldn't have. Or I said something I shouldn't have said. Or maybe if I went about it this way, I could have possibly gotten a different result. Maybe if I didn't quit my job when I didn't have anything lined up, then I wouldn't be broke right now. Maybe if I, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just makes you be honest with yourself. It makes you look at yourself and say, what can I do? But that is where the power comes from. That is where the power comes from. It may be a little hard in the beginning to be able for us. I know it's not an easy thing, but once you get past that, I feel like it just makes you happy knowing, okay, I can build myself a plan to get there. If I know where I struggle, because I was honest enough with myself to know where my insecurities or where my struggle was or where my lack was, then I can go ahead and shift into a place to build a plan, whether that's if I need to talk to somebody that I trust to build a plan, or say, oh, well, I noticed that I keep, this is where I'm having the struggle. And that creates just such a powerful thought pattern that takes control of your life, So I really wanted to bring that to you guys. Definitely want to talk about it in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. If you've had this experience with accountability, how it has transformed your life, or just, talk about it down below, because it is truly a transformative way of thinking. I just wanted to bring that to you guys. We're going to be chatting on this channel. Pretty nervous about it, but if I can help at least one person, or if at least one person just says, like, I get where she's coming from, and this is a good conversation, or this encouraged me, this inspired me, this allowed me to see something in some way, then I think I'm doing a pretty good job. So guys, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye.